أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار معاشا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وقاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا. These are the verses from Surah An-Naba, and that surah is number 78 in the Holy Quran, and it is the first surah in the last juz or last para 30, and this is the second paragraph as Maulana Madudi has, Sheikh Madudi has divided every surah into different paragraphs for understanding it in a better way. I have already explained the meaning of first paragraph in my previous video number 1. Now it is video number 2. I am trying to explain the second paragraph, and but the second paragraph consists of several verses, but I have no time to go to all the verses. So in this brief time of about half an hour, I will explain only about the first verse, that is about it says that Alam Najalil Arda Mehada. Its meaning is that it is not a fact that we have made the earth like a floor. So it is like a floor means a place where one can stay and live, because you cannot live without a floor. And this floor is a place where, and this meaning in different words has been given in other verses also. In Quran, similar verses are mentioned in several places. They appear similar, but every verse is presented from a different point of view to explain some different angle, so, and to come to some different conclusion. If we look into them, that the same earth has been mentioned in different places, but it is mentioned for a different purpose, with a different meaning, with a different angle, so that you come or you see the same thing from a different point of view. So this same thing to be looked from different viewpoint is one main thing why we find a kind of repetition of something. Another aspect, one thing that I have started explaining Quran from last para, last just 30, is that in the previous 29 para, a lot of things have been explained about Quran. So now in this last para, when there is similar thing comes in here, then Maulana Maududi, Sheikh Maududi, he gives references of the same similar verses in the previous places in Quran. In case of this earth, Sheikh Maududi has given references of about 7 places. At 7 places, the word earth has been mentioned in a different way for a different purpose, even if there is a same meaning, but it is combined with some different things to let the human mind go to a different conclusion and to see a different aspect in the same phenomena. So here I will be, and this is the advantage I feel in going through the last para first, that we get the references of the same thing, same verses in the previous sections of Quran. In that way, we can understand it better when the whole picture is there. When we know that the earth has been explained in Quran in 7 places, and we come to know in what place, in what meaning, in what sense it has been explained, it has been written, then we have an entire whole picture before us. That Quran, why Allah and how Allah mentioned earth in a different way in different places for our understanding. So this is one advantage of going first time for the first time from the last para. So now here, as in the same meaning, almost same meaning, but with a different verses and words, Allah has mentioned. The first reference is from Sheikh Maududi about Surah Namal. Surah Namal is Surah 27 of Quran, and the verse 61. It says that Amman ja'ala al-arda qararan wa ja'ala khilalaha anharan wa ja'ala laha rawasiya wa ja'ala bayna al-bahrayni hajaza a ilahum ma Allah bal aktharuhum la ya'lamun. So this almost meaning of this one is that we have made the earth qarar. Amman ja'ala al-arda qararan, a place where there is peace and where you can live with a peaceful life. So this is the main thing which I am going to explain. So there are some other things in this verse and also in the previous Surah Naba, but those things we will go in detail later. But here in this talk, there may be some references to these things also. The other matters which have been mentioned in this verse is that Ujal al Khalal Anharam, and that we have made within it rivers, Ujala Laha Ravasya, and in that we have also made mountains, Ujala Bainal Bahrain Hajaza, and we have made something in which two seas are two types of water, divide separate. They are together, but they are separate. This I will explain when the time comes for when we go to that place. Allahumma Allah. Can there be any other God other than Allah who can do all these things? Bal aksarhum la ya'lamun. But most of the people don't know and don't understand what it is. So there are so many things in this verse, but now we are concentrating only on the first part. Amman jalal arda qararan. Have we not made it a place to live peacefully? So this point is mentioned in the original Surah Naba also. There it has been said in a different style. وجعلنا وجعلنا الأرض مهادا. ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا. And but in another verse which will go in the next video, it is Mahadam. The earth has been called as Mahadam, which has been translated as cradle. As a baby lives in a cradle peacefully without any disturbance, the earth has been made for the human being like that. So Allah has used different words. One place Mehadam, another place Mahadam, and in this place Qararam. It has been a similar meaning with different words. So we try to understand what does it mean that earth has been made a place worth living peacefully. And peacefully I am not mentioning in the sense of war and peace. Peacefully I mean a man can live without any disturbance and without any trouble not of the economic trouble or some trouble in the body. I mean, without anything, any trouble coming from the earth. For example, without say earthquakes, or without say storms, or without something. They are not everyday storms, everyday earthquake, everyday nothing. So in that means, I am telling it is we are living in a calm and quiet life in the earth, on the earth. So this thing that the this science people say, science people say that everything is being automatic. Earth fell from the sun, and then it stuck up also one place, and then all these things happened just by chance. So this concept of chance and everything having without any plan is baseless, because the whole making of earth shows that it is fulfilling a certain purpose. It has been made to fulfill a certain purpose, and that purpose is to maintain life of vegetables, life of animals, life of insects, life of human beings. All life is possible only on this earth. As mentioned earlier, and maybe I will mention later also, in the whole universe, there are billions and billions of stars like Earth are bigger or lower than Earth, but nowhere life is possible. Allah has made Earth in such a way that life is possible only on this Earth. And to make life possible on this Earth, He has managed so many things. And whatever He has managed and how He has managed, some of them we see from now. So, explaining this thing, the Sheikh Madudi has mentioned, first of all, this factor that it is something like hanging in a vacuum. There is nothing to support it. There is nothing through which it is hung. There is no rope hanging to which it is hung. Nothing like that. It is not moving left, not right. There is no vibration. So this very thing, a thing which is just in a vacuum and not moving anywhere in such a way, right or left or up and down, it means there is no. Therefore, we are safe from the daily earthquakes. Had it been moving here and there and not in a stable way, had it been there is no unstable movement. The fact that there is no unstable movement, there are no earthquakes daily. There would have been heavier earthquakes if the earth is in a vacuum, just moving here and there. We cannot live here. So this is the one main reason that life is possible without a lot of earthquakes and these things. So secondly is, just please 1 minute. Hello. Hello, sorry, there was a telephone. The second thing is that earth has been made in such a way that there is night and day. Allah has made it round, and because it has not made it flat and made it round, this question of round and flat I will discuss in more detail in the video number 4. Anyhow, as it is round, so a certain part is moving in front of the earth and certain point is at the back. Where it is in front of the earth, there it is day. And when it is away from the sun, then it is night. So this movement in 24 hours, the earth is moving around itself. It makes a round around itself in 24 hours. If it starts from this point and goes moving like this and comes back again to this point, it takes 24 hours. During this 24 hours, it is moving, but sun is stable at one place. So one part of it comes before the sun, it becomes day. Then another part becomes night. Then that night part also comes before it while moving. Then it again becomes day over there. So this making of day and night is also a thing which has purposely has been made this way. Had Allah not made earth round, had Allah not made earth moving in itself, so this day and night would not have been possible without the framing of earth, making of earth with all these conditions to be round and to move around itself in 24 hours. So this decision that you should move in 24 hours and you should move to make it a round so that it will make a smooth thing. This has many other aspects also, which I will cover in the video number 4. Here it is simply to say that suppose Allah has not made the earth moving, then the area which is before the sun, there would have remain all until eternity. And the area which is not before the sun, it would have remained night forever. Had human life possible if there is a whole day in certain places until there is no night at all? Is human life possible in those areas where there is always night and never a day? So this movement is also a blessing of Allah. He made it such a way that it moves round and makes a complete round in 24 hours. So this is not only 24 hours, this also makes a round in 365 days around the sun. And this around the sun has also a meaning. Today it is September 19. So today there is a time when the sun has risen, and there is a fixed time when the sun will set. Hundreds and thousands of years before today, and hundreds and thousands of years after today, whenever September 19 occurs in 365 days, the sun will start on the same time in the morning and it will set in the same time in the evening. So this has been fixed that you have to move around the sun in 365 days. Who fixed this? Why 365 days? Why not going here and there? Why not 100 days? Why not 1000 days? So this is not automatic. This is not an accident that accidentally are decided to move along a fixed path. It is not moving away from its path. Whatever path has been decided in which path it has to move, it is moving only in that path. It is not moving here and there. Who decided this one? Not only Earth. There are billions and billions of stars like Earth in the whole universe. And all of them are not clashing with each other. Everyone is moving in its own path. Who has decided this path for every star that you should move only in this path, not in any other way? If you do not accept the existence of God, all these regularities which we find in the movement of all stars, and especially now we are talking of the earth. So this would not have been possible. So Allah has made it in such a way that day and night is possible, and therefore it has become easier for the human life. Now, one more thing the Sheikh has explained is that there is a cover of 500 miles around the earth, entire globe. It is covered by air or wind. Had there been no air or wind, the ultraviolet rays which comes from the sun, they would have come directly on human and animal life, and with that effect of ultraviolet waves, we cannot remain alive. So like this, there are many other things which Allah is protecting us by this cover of 500 mile of wind or air. One more thing, the Sheikh Madhudi has said that daily about 2 billion stars are falling from the earth or from the sky with a speed of 30 miles per second. If all those 2 billion stars which are made of stones or metals, if they are falling on the earth, then human life or any other life would not have been possible. He says that this cover of 500 miles of air is protecting human life from all those stars to fall on the earth in that way. This is the second benefit of 500 miles of air covered around the earth. Third benefit is that temperature remains under control because of this wind around the earth. Fourth thing is, because of these winds, it is possible for the clouds to move here and there. It is the job of the wind to take a cloud from here to there. Now, it is again the decision of Allah that clouds are moving with the help of the wind and air, but where there should be raining or where it should not be raining, this is decided by Allah. In areas where He thinks there should be rain, it will be rain, those clouds will rain. Where Allah thinks it is not necessary to rain here, or He do not want rain to be there. In some places in Arabian deserts, it is said that for 5 years there is no rain. And there is some places which are called monsoon areas, they are always raining, raining, raining. So these are all not haphazard, not by chance. Of course, there are some reasons. Allah has made everything through some. There is some reason behind everything. He has not made it everything like a miracle. He has made some step-by-step reasons produced for the understanding of human beings, which we call science. So this, but final decision is by Allah that where the clouds should move, where they should move, where they should not move. But this job of moving the clouds and having rain through them is done with the help of wind. Wind is doing that job. Had there been no wind, there would have been no rain at all. And then again, human life would not have been possible. Another aspect of wind is it contains certain gases which are necessary for the maintenance of human life. For example, oxygen. Without oxygen, no human life is possible. No, not only human life, even animal life, even insect, everyone requires oxygen. So it is said within the air there is 23% oxygen and 70% something, 71% like this is nitrogen. There are some other gases, good and bad. So anyhow, oxygen, which is necessary for human life, it is also available in the air. Had there been no air, no life would have been possible. Similarly, the earth has been made in such a way that the upper part of it has been made suitable for the growth of vegetables, for the growth of vegetable. You require a very thin surface. A small vegetable cannot come out of earth. If earth is like a stone, very hard, nothing can come out of it. So Allah has made the earth in such a way that the vegetables can come out, and vegetables can take their nourishment from the chemicals which are found at the surface of the earth. And this condition Allah has made different in different countries. In some people, you can get to certain special vegetables which are not available in certain other areas. For example, we can grow cotton on our land. In Bangladesh, they cannot grow cotton; they grow jute, which cannot be grown in any other country. Or you take the same rice. The rice of Japan is different. The rice in Thailand is different, and the basmati rice in Pakistan is different. So the earth in Pakistan, the earth in Thailand, the earth in Japan is different by the will of Allah. Which earth is suitable for which kind of vegetable, which kind of vegetables to grow over there. All these things have been made with a purpose and with the decision of Allah. And not only vegetables, there are a lot of minerals. Allah has made the earth in such a way, in the extreme middle of the earth, there is a lot of steel, very hard steel. In some places, there is fire from which you get volcanoes. And in some places, there are a lot of minerals. In Saudi Arabia and most of the Muslim countries, we find petroleum. It is coming out of earth. It is nothing of their own effort or anything of their making. To some other areas in South Africa, there are minerals of diamonds and gold. In certain areas, there are some other minerals. So these minerals, distribution of minerals and making earth that what minerals should be where, this is all a planning of Allah. It cannot be automatic, just by accident. Why such accidents take place? So this is all the benefits which are found in the creation of earth. Then one more thing which Allah has done is He has made sea and rivers and lakes and things and various forms in which water has been made available. Because of all this water available, every part of water in its shape has a different purpose. Even in 21st century, although we have aeroplanes and many things, still we need sea. Not only the people in the past used to have ship to go through sea from one place to another. Even today, we require ships to move a lot of material from one place to another. For example, China is making a road from China until the a port of Gawadar in Pakistan, so that China can ship its materials from the port of Gaza to Middle East and Europe and all other areas which are required by it. So this, had there been no seas, all this movement would not have been possible. Similarly, Allah has made rivers, and these rivers during the winter season, on the mountains, ice is accumulated. This accumulated ice during the summer, it becomes melting and becomes river. So because of these rivers, all major cities of the world are on some river. London is what river, and then France is on Rhine. Cairo is in river on the banks of river Nile. Iraq or Baghdad is on Farat. Tokyo also we have three, four rivers. And everywhere Pakistan on the river Sindh there are many cities. Lahore is on river Ravi. And Dhaka is on a certain river. Every city in the world is almost on river because without water people cannot have life over there. In the past, only rivers used to supply that water on which some cities people could accumulate, could make a city and have a living over there. Similarly, all some places you just dig up and the water comes out. It has also its own benefits. So Allah has made all these things, and also one more thing is the power of gravity. So here the Shaykh says that because of the power of gravity, this water and air and all on a fixed place. And because of the power of gravity, some places have power of gravity controlling some places where there is a lot of rain and there is no rain at all. Similarly, many other things is written here about the power of gravity. So this power of gravity was first discovered by Newton. He saw one apple the was falling. He thought, why it is falling, why it does not go up? He started thinking and then came to the conclusion there is some power on the earth which is attracting the apple to come down. He made the laws of Newton, which had been even now they are current, but Einstein made some better laws also. But still, Newton laws of gravity are working, and Einstein law is also there, much better than he showed some falsity of that. Anyhow, point is that why these laws, why this gravity, why it came here, where from it came here, who made this one, why suddenly it appeared, how it can explain by accident. Everything is not by accident, it is by a purpose, and that purpose is to maintain human life, and that purpose Allah has done. And the last thing here he mentions that